Premier John Horgan and several cabinet ministers were in Prince George Tuesday to meet with northern mayors and talk about the opioid crisis, mental health and addictions problems, and the forest industry.
It's about the challenges that communities face. Mayor Hall and I and Bob and Jerry, who were in place prior to the 2018 election, met with other mayors across the north at that time to talk about the range of issues that we're not hearing about in Victoria. When we look at the electoral map, these areas are represented by opposition members. In no way do I want to diminish the hard work of those members of the legislature, but quite frankly, we don't hear from them about the positive initiatives that are happening in the community. We don't hear from them about how we can work constructively to realize change. And that's no slight on their work as opposition members. It's just easier and better to have face-to-face direct conversations with local leaders so we can do a better job as government on delivering on the services that people need in the region. So we had a pretty focused agenda. Started talking about mental health and addictions and the challenges of homelessness, which meant Judy and Selena put a brief presentation together, and most importantly, we then listened to the mayors, hear about the challenges they're facing, how we can, as a government, work with local leaders to build stronger, more resilient communities. The afternoon we spent talking about the challenges in the forestry sector, all communities affected by that to varying degrees. Quesnel, of course, being a hub for forestry activity on a range of platforms, whether it be saw logs, whether it be pulp and paper, whether it be MDF, and a range of others. Mackenzie, with multiple companies within the area, working on how do we make sure that we're getting enough fiber in play. Here in Prince George, of course, the hub for the region, having Mayor Hall host us, as he did previously, and talk about how, as the hub for the region, Prince George needs infrastructure investments, not just to service the people of this town, but the people of the region. It was a very productive day. I'm very excited about how we can take back some of the information that we shared today to build a better, stronger British Columbia, and most importantly, ensure that the people of the region understand and respect that together we can get through the challenges that we face today to make sure that resilience, which is the heart and essence of the people of this great part of the province, remains not just today but well into the future.
The Premier and Ministers really in a couple, two or three very important areas for us, and if we want to talk just about the opioid crisis that's taking place now across the country, that was a big crux of the conversation we had this morning, and I think it was summed up quite well by the Premier when we talk about Prince George's need to be able to provide services as a northern capital, a hub city in the north. We are the recipient of a number of people who require services both on health service side and the social service side, and so when we talk about that, my conversation today was about how do we provide those services and what help can we get from the province to provide those services, and the recognition I think is there from the entire area that we can provide those. So what is it going to take to be able to step to the plate and I think offer more service, more focused service to residents of the north, and we'll continue to see this as long as this crisis takes place. We'll continue to see the need from across the central part, northern part of the province. The other comment that I made today as well is about the federal government. We need the feds to step up to the plate as well and give us some assistance, and that was part of the conversation that I brought forward today. And so we'll continue to see if we can get the federal government to the table and have that conversation about what they can do as a partner with us.